And we're back. Are you ready?
A man has a choice.
Welcome in. Bane.
I chose.
105 watch streak.
I
Kinda
built
wild.
a city where the artist would not fear the censor. Where the great will not be constrained.
Let's continue BioShock. Did you know 9 out of 10 women prefer men who use our product? How you doing, Ben? Ah, wonderful. I don't remember specifically what we were doing. Oh, we were gathering, as I remember. I was like, just the part where a lot of people quit. But then I left the area and an objective marker popped up. No. We need to finish this game so we can play Star Wars. 7 enzyme cycle samples. Is Clem acting like 100 watch streak? Like, streak is a flex when Bane just posted 105? That's wild.
Julie, my dear, I am trying to run a business here. You want to spend time with my honeybees? Well, I'm gonna have to start charging you for the pleasure. If I come out one more time and find you lolling out there amongst my hives, I'm grabbing my shotgun. As to your question, yes, my days in beekeeping school are a blur. But I do seem to remember something about that enzyme you keep blabbing on about.
Okay. How's everybody doing? The big game was cancelled due to fire. Working is shit. Yes, it is. I'm off today, but I was in work yesterday, the day before that. I'm in work tomorrow. Come on. There we go. Doing alright. Doing okay. I've been disconnected from Xbox Live. Pop that there, this here, bam. You, there, bam. You, and then you. There we go. And then another one just in case. Alright. I like that. There's a camera back there. can't crouch jump. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we're going. We're going. You know how it is. Oh, perfect. Honestly, I'm a little surprised at how much I'm still enjoying BioShock. And the game hasn't really put out any deal breakers yet, which is surprising because I feel like the games like this usually do by this point.
Children, with their very long needles, their tuneless songs, their ghastly errands, their ghoulish Frankenstein fathers. But we've all placed our hand on the great chain of endeavor. My hand is on it. Fontaine's is on it. We all pull it and are pulled by it. Yes, these children are an abomination. But it is not my hand alone on the chain that created them. No. Their little fingers were right there, next to mine.
There we go. I mean, it's a pretty simple gameplay loop, but it's working well enough. I'm regularly nervous about the amount of ammo I have, but so far it feels like I've never been, like, outright screwed. Oh, great. Oh, shit.
Can be quite generous with you.
Yeah, it seems that way. Being able to buy at various places definitely helps. At this point, the amount of guns I have helps. The enemies? No? We might be enemies now. It's okay, child. You're free.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why are you over there, suddenly? The track-based ideas I'm actually really enjoying. Like how taking down this Big Daddy got a lot easier because I had this turret hacked, and I had that turret hacked, And, like, I enjoy that. It kind of makes me think a little bit of, like, you do the non-lethal stuff in, like, Metal Gear Solid 5. And you spend the time to, like, knock out your enemies and then airlift them out so you can use them later. Like, the values of doing it a little non-lethally. Having actual benefits. Okay. Probably not. Like, there are worse Star Wars games, and it didn't review well. It played okay-ish, but I would describe it probably more as, like, a game that is aimed at kids, specifically because it's, like, really simple. I didn't play much of it. What I played was mostly inoffensive. If you can pick it up cheap like I did, yeah, go for it. If it costs more than, like, say, £10, on Rewind's website. How much are they charging for it? I feel like I bought my copy from Rewind. £4? Yeah, I'd go for it. You've absolutely paid more for worse. I think, like, of the Clone Wars games, I think the best of them was probably Jedi Alliance on the DS. But none of them were amazing. The goddamn piece I want. There we go, I got a little nervous there for a second.
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
Yeah, I think, like, the best of the Clone Wars based games was Jedi Alliance on DS. That was quite fun. If we're gonna count Lego Star Wars 3 as part of that, then that's probably overall the best. Even that wasn't particularly amazing. The biggest problem, I think, as somebody who really enjoyed the Clone Wars, is that all of the games were based and, like, made around the first two seasons.
In 10 years in this dump, I've come to accept a very low standard of life. But even at the bottom of this fish tank, a man must have standards. The pathetic trou de cul down at Morley Winery has started putting water to his terrible wine. Water! When I confronted him with this fatty, he tells me, Pierre, this is not to worry. The water, she is distilled. It could be worse. I could take it right from the ocean.
Yeah, like, all of the Clone Wars games were developed around the first 2 seasons. When anybody who's watched the Clone Wars knows that it gets really good in the second half of the 3rd season, and then, like, stays peak Star Wars. So it's a shame that all the games that were developed are still very basic in their storytelling ideas. Okay, don't search beehives. But, like, as games, they're fine. Republic Heroes did not review well. I think its biggest issue when I played it, because, I'll be honest with you, that weekend one-off I did is the extent of how far I've played it. The biggest issue with it was the frame rate. It was not great. It wasn't a great frame rate. Perfect. How many plasmids do I actually have? These are all my plasmids. Oh. I thought that's why you were asking, because you knew I'd played it.
Adam acts like a benign cancer, destroying native cells and replacing them with unstable stem versions. While this very instability is what gives it its amazing properties, it is also what causes the cosmetic and mental damage. You need more and more Adam just to keep back the tide. From a medical standpoint, this is catastrophic. From a business standpoint, well, Fontaine sees the possibilities.
Okay. Uh-oh. Looking for a different Star Wars game? We have played a lot over the years. Like, even with the years I haven't done Star Wars month, still done a lot.
Where are you going, honey? You? Here it is!
Maybe upgrade how many shotgun shells I can have. Dark Forces was always really good. The PlayStation version was a bit of an issue. Which, like, I did the weekend one-off on Dark Forces on PlayStation. And I really enjoyed it as a kid, but as an adult, it was a real issue because actually trying to properly play through that game, you realize the PS1 version doesn't let you straight. Jesus Christ, where are they all coming from? Like, it doesn't let you strafe, and it's a real issue. But the remaster's out now, so you can play it reasonably. If you had an Xbox, I would absolutely suggest Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy. That's just like genuinely really fun Star Wars games. I know they're available on PS4 through the Aspire remasters. Would not recommend them. Okay, the smoke is out. Tell them to go away. You both just walked through that.
Keep running, coward! Don't make this harder than it needs to be.
It's... Good. Fuck this place. Anyway. I assume you've already played Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter was still fun to go through when I did the remaster last year.
Unleash insects against groups of enemies. Attack lots of enemies at the same time.
Another remaster. The remaster was, like, very much the same. It was a fine remaster. I think if you got everything you wanted out of playing the original release, you don't need to play a remaster. If you want to play it again, but either, like, don't have it anymore, or, like, you want to play it on a modern system, the remaster's a fine way to play it. I knew I could hear one ticking away. Rogue Squadron 2 and 3, always recommend. The issue with that is you will have to be playing on GameCube or Wii. But they're both fantastic. I think 2 is overall the better game. But that's in the same sense that, like, Crash 2, I think, is better than Crash 3. Sparrow 2, I think, is better than Sparrow 3. It's not that the third games are bad, it's that the second game is very focused on what it is, and the third game kind of expands outward in ways that aren't quite as good. The only modern release of Rogue Squadron 1. I do still have that copy of Rogue Squadron that I got for you. Never gave to you. So Rogue Squadron 1 at some point for you. I got Rogue Squadron and GoldenEye for you back when I worked at my last job and just never ended up giving them to you. But I've kept them out and ready to, do that with, even after the move. And they're sat behind my second screen. And I'd forgotten which games they were.
The children must remain functional to be effective producers of animals. I had hoped we placed them into vegetative states so they would be more pliable. I find being around them very uncomfortable. Even with those things implanted in their bellies, they are still children. They play, sing. Sometimes they look at me. They don't stop. Sometimes they smile.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Yeah, so at some point I still need to give you those. They have just been, stat here. And Teak always swears by Rogue Squadron 1. I haven't finished it. Got maybe halfway through. And there was an escort mission that I wasn't enjoying and I just kind of stopped. Of note, I didn't play that copy that I got for you. I emulated it. Simpler. I didn't do the whole thing of okay, I'll give this to you after I finish playing it. No, it's sat in the box. I have a week off coming up. I could probably drop them off with you then. And then you can play Rogue Squadron. I assume you're still down to play your N64. And if there's one thing I'll definitely give the original Rogue Squadron, it's pretty different to 2 and 3. And it's kind of interesting in at least one way, in that I think it was a publisher demand, they weren't allowed to make any levels based on movies. So the bonus levels are based on movies, but the main levels are completely original. Excellent. There you go. Maybe Rogue Squadron will be in your next Star Wars game. Do you have Rogue Squadron 2 and 3? I would imagine you do. Imagine you bought them before they became stupid expensive. You don't. That's a real shame. I think Rogue Squadron 2 is, like, still cheap enough. You'd have to double check that. Because it was a launch title, so there was a lot of it around, and I believe there still is a lot of it around. And, like, Rogue Squadron 2, absolutely worth your time. Really good. There we go. The Clone Wars game, I haven't streamed or done any videos on. Not awful. Not great, not awful. It puts you in the wrong mindset early on. By making you think it'll be like a more of an action-focused game that'll split between on foot and vehicles. It is almost entirely vehicles. It's like you're playing as Jedi. You play exclusively as Jedi. And you do get a few levels on foot, and they're not great. It's very much a vehicle combat game. But it's not awful. I think, as far as modern platforms go, if you want to play Star Wars, you are best off on Xbox.
You ungrateful bastard!
Beautiful. Because of how many of the classic Star Wars games are just available via backwards compatibility. And how, like, Sony's absolutely dropped the ball on that. Like, you can get Battlefront 1 and 2 on PlayStation now. Through the Classic Collection, which has its own issues. But before that, they did put Battlefront 2 on PS4. And PS5. And just the PSP version. And unless you look through the description, there was no way of knowing that it's specifically the PSP release.
She was up for the part as well, but then they found her in Shaw Pond. I heard that. Take! The fire! The fire! The fire is real! Oh, and we were just getting. My God, there's so much fun! Fight!
Yeah, I don't like going through a lot of the Sony stuff at this point, because the way they present it is Like, you look at the PlayStation Store, and like I can do this right now to exactly what it is. And like, just look at any random game, what it tells you. Pragmata. Let's look at Pragmata, and it's like, okay, the game, the price, add to your cart or wish list. Offline play, one player, remote play supported, blah blah blah. PS5 Pro enhanced, the age rating, screenshots, the various editions you can buy, the DLC, what players have rated it, how many friends you have who play it, and then the actual descriptions of the game. So it's like, if you're curious about a game and you want to like read about it, you got to scroll past screenshots, various versions you buy, DLC, who's like what the player rating is, who you're friends with who plays it, and then you'll finally get to Pragmata is a unique sci-fi adventure game from Capcom, blah 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 blah. And it's like, that's awful. It's an awful setup. What am I after now? Chlorophyll. I need one more chlorophyll. And so, like, if you wanted to buy Battlefront 2 on its own on PS4, you would have to scroll through all of that. In fact, you know what? Let's go back and let's look at Battlefront 2 specifically. Uh, do, 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 uh, they remove it? They remove the thing I'm complaining about? Dark Forces Remastered, £5. It's always priced higher than it probably. You might be tempted by Jedi Outcast being £8. I would not recommend. Not that version. The Phantom Menace is on PS4. Get a Power Battles remaster, maybe. Well, Battlefront's not there, but what is there is Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, which you would think would be the PS2 game. But, like, you scroll past all of the stuff, like, scroll past your screenshots, scroll past your ratings, scroll past your friends who play, and then you get Experience Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, originally released on PSP. And it's like, you should probably open with that it's the PSP version and not the PS2 version. Because the PS2 version would look kind of shit anyway. Blowing up on a big TV and, like, upscaled, like, not even natively upscaled, like, upscaled through the emulation. Probably not rendering wise. I'd have to double check that. Like, upscaled onto a TV. The PSP would be even worse. because the texture quality, you can't improve texture quality. Emulation like that, it requires stuff like text packs and stuff. So it will look like shit. And Lego Star Wars 2, you can kind of get away with it because Lego is a very simple design. And Lego Star Wars 2 on PSP was the full game. But Battlefront 2 wasn't. You know what? I like that there's more than I need. I can't increase the size of the shotgun ammo capacity. Yeah, I'll take that. That looks awful. Imagine the weight of that thing. But yeah, what were we talking about? Hello? Hey, Ninja. Like, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But it's like, who's shooting at me from where? But no, I think it's a turret that I hacked. He's shooting enemies. Oh, hello. How you doing, Ninja? What can I invent? The Lazarus Vector. Perfect.
Honey?
From the sounds of that you invent, I'm guessing you're the proud papa of a brand new Lazarus Vector. Now drop the Vector into a gadget called Central Misting Control. Then we'll be cooking with gas.
I got lost here. Like, I do not know where I am or where I'm going. Oh, here we are. This is what it was. See, there's the turret I hacked. Just woke up a while ago, and you didn't come in to say hello. Terrible thing. The minute you wake up, the first thing on your mind should be, where's mecha-chrono? If I'm not on your screen, you should be thinking, mecha-chrono. Take care of things before you can say, hey, there's mecha-chrono. We're talking about Star Wars games for Bane to play. Because he's finished Jedi Survivor, but wants to keep the Star Wars going while we're not actively doing Star Wars month this year. Because, like, I'm still genuinely considering. That was really stupid of him. He threw a fireball at me, missed, set this oil patch on fire. I turn around and shoot him. He teleports away into the fire he's created. What an idiot. Well, we're still gonna do a little bit of Star Wars. But you see, the reason I'm like, do I want to do Star Wars month this month is because I'm genuinely considering Star Wars next year.
Welcome to the circus of value.
And so, like, if you only watch Star Wars stuff when I'm doing Star Wars stuff, like, that's going to be bad for you next year. You'll have to start rewatching stuff. Yes, you will. I think it'd be a fun idea. How viable it would be? Like, I don't. I'm torn between the idea of Star Wars year next year, because it's the 50th anniversary. Like, original Star Wars was released in 77. So... the 50th anniversary only comes around once. But then there's also the possibility that Klim will hit 1,000,000 points and redeem Shin Megami Tensei, and we'll be doing all Shin Megami Tensei next year.
Don't fight the inevitable. Run out of oxygen soon, and then just go to sleep.
Then you'll know a lot about Shin Megami Tensei. There we go. Yeah, these menus really are not as snappy as I'd like. Oh, fuck. And, like, maybe I've been spoiled by, like, genuinely really good menu navigation. Because I grew up playing classic Final Fantasies. You know what Final Fantasy always prioritized, even while the games ran at, like, 15 FPS? 60 FPS menu. Yeah, I think, like, if we do end up doing Star Wars Year next year, we'll do so much. Like, I think all the Star Wars stuff we've already done. The Wii U would definitely get set up so I could do Rogue Squadron 2 and 3. Because, like, Rogue Squadron 2's been a pain to emulate. Rogue Squadron 3 I'm not even going to attempt.
Listen to the damn thing gurgle and crack. How long is it gonna take?
It seems Julie's death didn't provide a clear enough lesson to you. Perhaps this will suffice.
Ryan's got your number. No doubt he'll be sending company. Best to head back to the lab entrance and seal her up. Might be the only way to keep the splicers out.
Okay, can I open it?
What are you waiting for, Boyle? Ryan's lads are on their way. Get the lab entrance.
Oh, there's a separate one. Oh.
Did you get that door closed? Good. That should buy some time.
Isn't there anything in this damn place those pagans won't steal? Paper towels, ink pots, witch hazel, chlorophyll solution, even my back issues of National Geographic. They're feathering their disgusting little shrines with it, I suppose. Sick bastards.
The big advantage of hacking everything rather than just like shooting it all, it really covers your back.
Oh, Christ! Here they come!
Help me out, please. No, it's just slow. But yeah, there's so much Star Wars stuff. Like, all the stuff we've already done. More stuff. New stuff. That KOTOR 2 restored content mod, I'd end up doing KOTOR again. And as I keep telling Teak in his KOTOR stream, putting that bitch on easy because, like, Have you watched Teak's stream? Respect to him for sticking with it, but, like, it doesn't look like a fun experience. Yeah, Teek's there playing KOTOR on normal.
Keep away from my patients!
Guys, I think you're shooting each other. Thanks for the look, man. Hope your day at work goes easy.
You're about halfway there. Keep your hand on the thrust. Ryan's skin jobs aren't the type to get complacent.
That's the thing, like, if you're willing to spend the time and go super in-depth into a lot of it, and, like, really figure out what you're doing with your feats and your powers and your perks and whatnot, like, you could probably have a fun time with it. But, like, if you're gonna play it on normal, you've really got to be on the ball with all of it. And I'm just there for the roleplay. Okay. Come on, back with me. Yeah, fucking thing.
What was that? Is the vector ready? What are you waiting for? Hit the damn switch!
Yeah, I ended up remaining the same way with 2. Like, I think I ended up putting 2 on easy as well, because, like, I didn't...
Well done, lad. Take a deep breath and enjoy it. Then head over to Rolling Hills and get the bathysphere. Next stop is Ryan's house. It's time for blood.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy the gameplay of 2 that much. It looks fancy, but it feels empty. Inquisition, I think I played on normal. But by Inquisition, it very much wasn't trying to be Dragon Age in terms of gameplay anymore. And Clem just sent me a reel. I can wait. Like, it's the same with KOTOR, and KOTOR's going to be even worse about it because of its age. And how BioWare was very much making a game they wanted to make. With, like, no compromises from the publisher on how the gameplay systems would be super simplified and a lot friendlier for the sake of appealing to a wider mass. And so it's like, you've got to pay attention to everything you're doing. Everywhere you're putting your feats, everywhere you're spending your powers. And like, I do generally just want to have fun, and particularly do the role. I think ultimately it's a big part of why I ended up kind of bored during the KOTOR stream I did a few years ago. Because I've gone through the game that often, done like so much of it in so many varieties, I don't think there's a whole lot left for me to see or explore with it. I think Teak did find something that I'd never seen. But that was like one thing. I mean, you could try them on normal, but like if you didn't enjoy Dragon Age on normal, you probably wouldn't enjoy KOTOR on normal. I think you can change the difficulty at any time.
Why are you so resistant to the traditional methods of separating a man from his soul? You're not CIA, are you? You belong to Atlas, the one roach I can't seem to exterminate. Don't worry. I just need time to find the proper poison. I believe in no God, no invisible man in the sky. But there is something more powerful than each of us, a combination of our efforts, a great chain of industry that unites us. But it is only when we struggle in our own interest that the chain pulls society in the right direction. The chain is too powerful and too mysterious for any government to guide. Any man who tells you different either has his hand in your pocket or a pistol to your neck.
I think, like, just generally, if you're going to play them in the way that's most enjoyable to you. No. I need to see if you have snacks.
You're almost there. The sphere to Ryan is up on ahead. Ryan's handed the keys to Fort Frolic over to a guy named Sander Cohen. Cohen's an artist, says some. He's a Section 8, says I. I've seen all kinds of cutthroats, freaks, and hard cases in my life. But Cohen, he's a real lunatic. The guy's a full psychopath.
That was odd. Yeah, like, play... I think I always say, like, play anything in the way that's most enjoyable to you. Yep. Knew something like that would happen.
That's better. Atlas Ryan. Atlas Ryan. Da 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 da. Time-wise, you could get something decent on the radio. The artist has a duty to seduce the ear and delight the spirit. So say goodbye to those two blowhards, and hello to an evening with Sander Cohen.
You're gonna be the worst of them, aren't you? But also, what I didn't expect was the idea that those two are just arguing over the radio.
I haven't seen a sign of real life down here in months. Let's see if you're just another Johnny-come-lately, or maybe something more delicious.
Can't come in if you don't open the door.
Run!
Don't run! No!
Nicely done. Where did you study?
At your mum's house. Good boy.
smell the malt vinegar in this one. I've waited so long for something tasty to come to this little burg, but all that pass are yokels and rubes. Where are my manners? Come in! Come in! Sander Cohen awaits you at the Fleet Hall.
Alright. Shoot this motherfucker on the brain. There we go.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Alright.
Welcome to Fort Frolic. No need to thank me for jamming the transmissions of those boors, Atlas and Ryan. Let them have their squabble. The artist, yes, the artist knows there is richer earth to till.
Listen, you can at least play some music.
For example, I test you, little moth, but for a reason. I test all my disciples. Some shine like galaxies, and some burn like a moth at the flame. Come now, into my home.
You talk about being an artist, but you won't even play any good music? Fuck you. That. Oh, fuck. that was annoying. Can't even interact with that. Right, let's just go where the game wants me to go. There we go. Yeah, that's a dope.
Regarding your review of Anna Culpepper's latest musical Insult, of all the worthy artists in Rapture, why you continue to devote column inches to this musical gremlin is beyond...
Could you possibly think I would meet with my public now, when I'm preparing? Unbelievable.
Door's not opening. Odd, there shouldn't be ads. That's why I have the pre-roll ad. That's why I have the manual ads. Okay, that's locked. That's locked. Pull up, Ender. That's locked. Hello, Panda. There shouldn't be ads. That's why I have the manual ads set up, so there's no pre-roll ads. Ninja, did you get an ad when you came in? No? We have an ad coming up in less than 10 minutes anyway. Oh, now that's open? Oh no, it's not. It's a visual glitch. What the fuck? Is the game breaking? I'm doing alright. Got a headache build. How you doing, Panda? I'll just go elsewhere. I don't have enough. God damn it. Level 2 of thing. We're about to run an ad anyway, Ninja, so you're probably not going to miss anything. One of the weirdest things. Where is this compass even pointing? Alright, we'll run the ad and then we'll come back. Try and work this. So we'll be right. And we're back. Right. All right. Always want to pull my devil trigger. Every day of my life. Oh, that didn't work. It's almost a half hour ago. There's a button to call the elevator. You know, when I bought the upgrade to increase the size of the pistol clip, I was expecting it to go from 6 to 12. I didn't expect it to go to 24.
No, no, no!
Silence!
Allegro! Allegro! Da 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 da! Presto! Presto! No, no!
I'm trying. Please.
Once again, young Fitzpatrick.
That dynamite? Yes.
Da 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 da!
Hey, so I'm gonna stay back.
No!
Oh God, you sick fuck! Let me out of there!
Calm down now.
Hey, Zeke.
A little more. Life. Death. The burden of the artist is to capture. See young Fitzpatrick here on the stage. Use your camera. Take him as he is now, so I may remember him. And now you've got Fitzpatrick caught in his moment of glory. It seems you've got the eye of the shutterbug, little moth. Now, head to the atrium and place his
There you
photograph
go, Zeke.
in my
You can just
masterpiece.
teabag it.
And so, our collaboration commences.
Hey, Cohen, do you, like dragons? I'm a dragon my nutsacle. Why couldn't I hack it a second ago? There we go. Much better. Chechnya vodka. That was probably the easiest safe hack I've had. How's everybody doing? Amelia cigar. Hung.
I know why you've come, little Maul. You've your own canvas, one you'll paint with the blood of a man I once loved. Yes, I'll send you to Ryan. But first,
I wasn't there a minute ago.
You must be part of my masterpiece. Go to the atrium. Hurry now. My muse is a fickle bitch with a very short attention span. Do you see it? When I am dust, this is what they'll point to.
Oh, this is what I was supposed to be looking at?
My masterpiece. Go ahead. Don't be afraid. Touch it.
I think the truly fascinating theme here, when the textures actually load in, is that they all seem to have had their throats cut just before they were frozen. So, like, they're still stood up, they're still reacting, the blood's just coming out, then they were frozen.
Yes, and there's Fitzpatrick, freed of his own kinks and defects. And here's the glorious news. This is just the moment of conception. Out in this place, there are 3 men, all former disciples of mine, all connected by a common thread, betrayal. Find them, little Maul, and immortalize their mortality in my quad tick. Go. Once they've been sent to their reward, you shall go to yours, and to Ryan.
He still has the record of 105. Busy day? Busy? You think you'll be able to do Super Mario 64 later? Oh, too busy. I'm going.
The door to Poseidon Plaza is now open to you. My Maul.
You won't lock us in, old man? Oh, that's fine with cops. I used to love you. I used to think you're a musical genius. You know why? Because you paid my rent, you ancient hack. Come on to the record store. I'll show you what I think here. Plinkety plink plink.
Just a bunch of things in the mall. Fair enough. Thinking I'll start Paper Mario today. And there's a way with words with his plinkety plink. who puts a turret in a bathroom? Admin, too. And there we go. Yeah, I might start Paper Mario. See how I'm feeling later. I am a headache right now. I've taken more painkillers during the break. But it is worth noting that I took painkillers at the start of the stream as well. So we'll see if that helps anything. Yeah, maybe. It's a haunting visual, but I feel like the visuals themselves are muddy enough to make it like not as striking as it should be. I feel like the visuals are like, really muddy, and it's entirely the fault of Unreal 3.
It's my curse, my eternal curse. I want to take the ears off, but I can't. It's my curse. It's my fucking curse. I want to take the ears off. Please, take them off. Please.
I think this man has problems. Oh, that works out. Yeah, like, you see the way the textures keep popping in like that? It's really bad and distracting, and it was a ever-present issue with Unreal 3.
And even I'm shocked at the cold blood that oozes out of these artistic types. This broad Culpepper and that fruit job Cohen are in some kind of feud. And Cohen's looking for my security detail to pick sides. The next thing I know, I'm called into Ryan's office to talk about the whole mess. Goddamn nut job artists.
Hacking cameras definitely works out better than I expect. Not too long now, buddy. I feel like Fallout and this, like with the popularity of Fallout 3 and like Beyond, because Fallout 1 and 2 can be fantastic games, but Fallout 3 is what made Fallout visible to the masses. And you can't really deny that, but like Fallout and this, I think, Fallout 3 and this being around the same period, I think really created this idea of 50s music being very horror-coded. Fuck off. It's like you hear that very specific 50s style, and like it really comes across as like good music for a horror setting as a result. I feel like I'd be less against these hacking like this one hacking minigame, if the menus were more responsive. It's kind of an interesting thing to consider, going back to this specific era of game, because there's such a focus on everything being 60 FPS now. And very little was during this era. This was a case of 30 just so it'll fucking run. Like, we're pushing these new graphics. We're pushing these new graphics and you're going to get them like this. And we're not going to target any higher than 30 because in some cases the games can barely hold 30.
Some hired Betty tried to sell me on those fancy Oxford plug ciggies. No thanks. I told her I'm a nickel time man. Always will be. Why? Well, they smoke good and don't cost half a damn. Who cares if the things are made out of seashells and fish eggs?
What alarm did I set off? Yeah, I think, like, if anything's going to be really snappy, your interface element should be. And it makes me think of, like, the PS1 days, where you had stuff like Dino Crisis. It's like, it's probably not as known of a thing now, because, like, you wouldn't notice it, and even if you play on emulation, you wouldn't notice it. The only way you'd probably notice it is you're playing on actual hardware with a modern TV. Fuck off. Like Dino Crisis, and a bunch of other games would switch resolutions, and because the interfaces were like way less taxing, the interfaces would just be at a higher resolution. Like, I'm not really a stickler for frame rates, and I've always said that. But this game is making me realise I am a stickler for frame rates on menus. And I'm going to stand by that. Especially when you've got timing-based shit like that. It's like, I need to hack these things, and I need to move really quickly, and for every movement to really count. Going? So I need the menu responsive, and they're not. And I think if they were, like, I'd be putting up with this a lot more. Sidon Plaza. Sidon Plaza. Yeah.
Allow me to draw back the curtain.
Yeah, so all of that was just me going in the wrong direction. Alright. You fucking kidding me?
I can see your breath.
You think you're gonna finish me in here, you old fruit? Yeah, the saps you tossed in this meat locker, all panicked like rabbits. I just watched and waited. And when they started to kick, I started to scavenge. Made myself a little splicer cocktail, I did. You can't come in from the cold, and you gotta grow ice over your heart. And the Iceman cometh, Sander Babe Iceman fucking cometh.
Hey, interesting, it's got health bar.
Guess the old grave finally sent someone. Son of a bitch. Left me to freeze. Oh, I've got a pose all picked out for you.
I really feel like I want to do this now, because I get the feeling when I deal with this guy, this whole place is going to thaw out.
That was brave. Take a photo of him and place it in the quad tick. I'm feeling full, like an expectant mama. Yes! Now put the picture in the frame. Let's see what we've got here.
I am frustratingly low on first aid kits. I thought that was going to go longer. I really did. I thought I'd be doing that for ages. Guys, mind fucking off. Like, look at that. So if I don't immediately turn that, I'm fucked. Okay, let's fix this. I even want to try and take on that Big Daddy. I feel like right now I don't. Give me a hand, would you, pal? You know, I feel like as time has gone on, the Hypnotized Big Daddy plasmid has proven its worth far greater than I expected. Like, I thought it would be super situational, and it kind of is, but that situation is really useful. Alright, time to kill him. I don't want to start doing that while he's really close. And he's not going to not be really close while he's working with me. Yep, should have moved before I did that. These armor-piercing bullets aren't helping much.
I found her that way.
Alright, there was a little sister around here somewhere. Where did she go?
It's coming together, yes. But there will always be doubters. You don't doubt me. I could never stomach doubters.
Rapture records, upstairs section. He didn't tell me that for some reason. Also, where's the little sister? Like, I didn't spend all that ammo on killing the guy the sake of it.
Welcome to the circus of value.
If I go back, will she spawn? There's nothing there. I'm so disappointed. The only reason I killed that guy is because there was a little sister there. A waste.
Don't fucking judge me. I was just getting warmed up.
Rapture Racker. Fortune.
Come on! Get out of here before I come to me.
Thank you. Eve's Garden. Epstein the Swami. That's not aged poorly. No. There it is, Rapture. Okay. Oh, that's a trap. Yep.
You cool as a messenger, boy. I got something for that crow. Spend a little time with my kitten, sugar.
All of these fucking weirdos end up having subordinates. That damn thing down here. Not the smartest move you've ever made there, pal.
I can control myself. I can. Don't.
He was a nasty one. And my. But I think I like him better this time. Take his damn photo. Chop chop.
Okay. It's another.
You flutter all around the fort, taking life as you go. You're not a... You're an angel. I've never painted an angel. Maybe I should.
Yep, he's gonna try and kill me.
I'm a star, not you! I suck!
Wanna deal with that, pal? That's about to run out. Do not want to deal with him. You know what? I like how the big daddies aren't antagonistic unless you attack them. It's a real surprise. Let's get out of there. There we go. I'm really annoyed that I killed that elite Big Daddy and got nothing for it. I got some money, but like, I wanted Adam. I don't think she's dead.
That's 3 of 4. What's that look? You don't like it, do you? I don't need to be judged by you, by anyone. Screw you! Screw all you fucking doubters! Here's what I say to all of you! Fly away, little morg! Fly!
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so I was like, okay, if we reset the area, maybe it'll happen. But it hasn't.
I'm sorry for that outburst. You'll have to forgive an old fool with his artistic temperament. The birth is so close now. The labor pains can blur the judgment and drive the passions of even the finest spirits.
Like, now that the corpse is gone, I don't think I can do with it. Eve's Garden.
Don't fucking judge me! That's all you got?
The weirdest part about this sequence is... Okay, so he's just alive again. Do I get my resources back now? The weirdest part about this sequence is how it's a constant back and forth through the same area. I know, right? Right up in his face and it just hadn't loaded in. Hey, I'm holding the weapon switch button, why aren't we fucking pausing? Oh, for fuck's sake. Why do you keep switching back to that?
I guess I just don't know how I feel about those little sisters.
We all need Adam, and we all need the little sisters.
The last autosave was over an hour ago. At what point does it stop being autosave and just becomes, like, bad checkpoints? And again, the little sister hasn't shown up. I assume he respawned because the sequence is broken. So that's twice I've wasted resources to kill a Big Daddy.
Welcome to the circus of value.
We're not doing that again. Said Eve's Garden, right?
Who there? I know you're here, and I'm itching for a fight.
So there's a very clear thing of if you need to inject yourself with an Eve hypo, you will have to shoot a turret again before you can have it. Because that's the second time that's happened. See that texture popping?
The little ones have never had anyone to look to, except to me, and I am not much to speak of. You give them hope. And for this, I am grateful. I'll send something to demonstrate that gratitude.
Maybe I should have co-opted that Big Daddy before killing it. How much did you play on console in this era, Ninja? Because, like, this was just Unreal 3. No, I mean, in this era, in PS3, Xbox 360, yeah. Because this was just the situation with Unreal 3. Yeah, I think people just generally forget. This is what it was like. Like, there was a reason Unreal 3 became known for it. Like, yeah. Yes, you didn't play a lot of Unreal Engine 3. Fair enough, because there was still, like, variety in game engines. It's not like today where it's like Unreal 5 and Unity, I guess. Capcom has the RE engine. But, like, nobody else gets to use the RE engine. Did that have pistol bullets? Didn't know. Yeah, it was just like the really prevalent thing with Unreal 3. I feel like you don't see it as much anymore, specifically because of
I thought
that.
you had forgotten about poor Jasmine, but I am so glad you didn't.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ryan. I didn't know. I didn't know Fontaine had something to do with it. What are you doing? No, don't, please. I loved you. Don't, please, no.
Well, she's been there for a while. Did you end up playing this on PC? You believe it was PS3?
That creepy Dr. Tenenbaum promised me it wasn't going to be a real pregnancy. They just take the egg out once Mr. Ryan and I had... Oh, I needed the money so bad. But I know Mr. Ryan's gonna suss it out. Gonna know I wasn't being careful. Gonna know I sold the... Mr. Ryan's gonna be so mad at me.
How about some fucking service around here?
Yeah, chances are you've forgotten about it at this point.
Do something! Thing's good as he think he is.
The genuinely wild thing, though, is... like, this is enhanced, because I'm running this on Xbox One. But like, it's had visible frame rate issues, it's had... the really bad texture popping. Like, there's only so much you can really do. I can only have one? That's not fair. Dude, no. Oh no, that was nice. Like, there's a bunch of things, and like, because I've been going back to PS3, especially in the last year, there's a bunch of things we just generally forget about that era. That were not great.
He was a lout, but he was vigorous. Get the photo before it completely dries out.
They're really bad at killing each other, aren't they? Okay, really not the fucking time. Quiet, child.
No! 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 Thank you, mister.
Seeing it's the elite one again. Ugh. There's one. How is it improved, though? Longer. Electric bolt stuns longer. Heated use increases heat. I'm not going to use that, though. You know what? Let's get Electrobolt 2. Bigger Electro. Where is the G?
Atlas is a friend of the parasite. Don't be a friend of Atlas.
There we go. There we go. You got any Eve? Although I was quite surprised dealing with those big daddies how well the electric worked on them. Well, I guess I didn't take kindly to that. They've moved my plasmids around. I don't like that. Yeah, I was looking at him thinking like, wow, there's a guy here not behind glass? I wonder if I can, but also like, absolutely, yeah. Because I've been noticing it, like, especially when we had, when we were around the woman, the lady scientist, I don't remember what her name was. And it's like, oh, she's behind glass. I guess we can't do anything. Oh, we have to watch her die in a cutscene, basically? Okay. And then he just walks out like that. I was like, alright, let's see if this works. And it did. And I was happy.
What happened to you? I've been trying to raise you for a dog's age. Never mind. Would you kindly leg it over to the spear and get on down to Hephaestus? It's time to settle up with Ryan.
I just can't do anything with this. That's annoying.
Welcome to the Circus of Value.
Alright, let's get out of here. Really annoying to me how they've rearranged all of
Vandalism is a serious crime. Remember, bandits are parasites.
Where did those medkits go?
Remember, bandits are parasites.
Alright. We're gonna get in here and then we're gonna end the stream. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're definitely at the point where the hacking game is becoming tedious. Because it's the same game for all of it, and in a lot of cases, it's the same sequence. Just move around the tiles, but the whole thing opens in the same way. The pipes are in the same position, and the goal is in the same position. Like, could be randomized a little bit. But I'm still enjoying this. But yeah, we're gonna call it here, and I believe we'll be back later on today with Paper Mario. So I want to thank everyone for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Clem T Thank you so much for joining me. Keep it coming. Sound alert. And we'll be back later today with Paper Mario. But yeah. With that, there's not really anything else to say except thank you all for watching. Yeah. Catch you next time, guys.